Hi, welcome to the Pradeep Channel. Are you wealthy? How do you define wealth? I am wealthy because I have cars, bungalows, riches, gold, ornaments. I am wealthy because I have bundles of notes. I am wealthy because I have a lot of degrees to possess. I am wealthy because I have 10 people around me. What is the real meaning of wealth? Do you want to know it? Come, let's hear Sunil Kumar sir. He is an international speaker and a person who has transformed millions of people. A person who has authored, a person who has traveled across the length and breadth of the globe. He is going to talk to us and enlighten us. Let's hear Sunil sir.
I have a question for you. How wealthy are you? Ask yourself, how wealthy am I? Think about it. It's not an easy question. What does it imply? How wealthy are you? It starts with your understanding of what wealth is all about. Is wealth just money? Is wealth just a position? Is wealth the power in you? Or is wealth something more? So how wealthy are you? Life is all about building wealth, not just material wealth. Building value to your living. All of us are experiencing living. For what? Because we want to celebrate living. How do you celebrate living? When you are gifted with bountiful happiness. When you start looking at yourself as someone who's changed so much. There's so much of evolution that has taken place in you. Your own people around you will say, you're not the person I knew. You're so different today. You're so better today. You're far beyond who you were. So, how wealthy am I? If who I am is what I have, and what I have is lost, then who am I? Try answering this very small riddle. If who I am is what I have, and what I have is lost, then who am I? It means that if my acknowledgement or my recognition is noticed by the position I have, or is noticed by the money I have, or is noticed by the car I have, or is only noticed by the big house I live in, and if I lose that, then does it mean that people will not notice me? I believe this is where the litmus test of being someone who's wealthy in life actually comes into picture. So, what's your real wealth? Your ability to create value to who you are is your big wealth. The kind of people who acknowledge you is your real wealth. It's not merely experiencing happiness, gifting happiness to others. That is your real wealth because they would always recall you. So real wealth is far beyond material wealth. Why am I asking you to be wealthy in terms of trying to build wealth? It's only because I am keen that you must be much more in recognition than who you are. You may be at a very high level. Congratulations. But there's still way to go. There's so much to do that you may not have done before. The problem with many of us is we are doing what we have always done. Most of our lives, we are spending a large part of our life doing what we have done. We are not doing what we haven't done. We are doing very little bit of it. I want to do what I haven't done before. If I keep doing what I've done before, I am not growing. But if I do what I haven't done before, I am actually growing. And that is what wealth is all about. Creating a better me, a more positive me, a more comprehensive me, a more acknowledged me, a more noticed me. I think that's the big difference between material wealth and the wealth that I'm speaking to you. And I'm very keen that you must be a very wealthy person, very well-known person, much respected. And you create people who must become even your leaders. That's your real wealth. We all have very limited time in our living. Look at how the entire system of living today is put into different verticals of life. One large vertical is in preparing us. The first vertical. The third vertical is all about your existing, not living. Because it's your age which may not allow you to live. You're just living because you have to live. You've got to keep your years going, right? You may call yourself retired. You may call yourself, I've made enough, I can live for the rest of my life. Whatever way you want to look at yourself, but you're in a third vertical. So 1/3 of your life has gone in your first vertical, which is in preparing you. Another 1/3 of your life is a vertical that you can't avoid. You would be there for sure, but there's not much excitement you would be able to generate. Very few can do that. If you can do that in your third vertical, I think you're truly outstanding. But for now, what is important is that second vertical, where I've got just 1/3 of my life. My 33% must define who I am. My 33% of my life must prove to me and to everybody else that I am someone who can actually be recognized, recalled, and always acknowledged as someone who's achieved much more in life than merely acclaiming wealth. A lot of rich people are there. Congratulations, they are rich. But the question I need to ask them is, have you experienced wealth beyond your richness? You may be rich, but is there a wealth beyond richness? Ask yourself this question. If your wealth is actually the person you've created, if your wealth is the things that you can do which others can't do, if your wealth is that skill which others are very jealous about, if your wealth is the way you speak, your wealth is the manner in which you command respect. Now, this is something that everybody can't get it. But you can't be deprived from it. Why you can't be deprived from it? Because it's an open house. To win the race, you must run the race. You can't win the race without running the race. Don't be a spectator in life, be the player. Look at living not merely as a reason for your existence. Look at living as a wonderful opportunity to scale you up into those areas of life which you may never have experienced before. At one point of time, people used to ask a question, what is your USP? And USP actually meant unique selling proposition. How are you different from others? What is it that you can do which others can't do? Now, this is what makes your USP a very formidable one in shaping you up. And in today's world, I think the same thing matters. What kind of a wealth do I have to reflect that I am someone who's actually not just lived life, but also experienced life. I've grown up with life, and more important, there's so much of evolution that has happened. We need to all work together to achieve that important dimension, which is breaking those paradigms of obstructions, breaking those paradigms of thought which keep us at a much lower level, and breaking those paradigms that actually chain us to a small level of growth. There is most important aspect that all of us must try and work towards, and that important aspect of life is to see that you transition to a new level altogether, that you respect and you are respected, that you grow and then your life has also grown. Importantly, you achieve, those around you have also achieved. You are happy, those around you are happy. You speak well, those around you speak well. You are highly skilled, those around you are highly skilled. This, my dear friends, is the real wealth. May you be blessed with so much of this wealth that you can always say, I am more wealthy than the wealthiest of people. All the very best and God bless.